I think it's going quite well.
Yeah, it's great. Everyone's really engaged. The delegates are really excited when they turn up in the morning. And there's a lot of activity. You can feel the energy coming from all the committees. So we're really happy.
We got lucky with the weather. It's not pouring rain, so people can circulate around the campus without any problem. And I think the directors were very pleased with the facilities and the amenities. So everything's going well.
And the coffee and croissants are going down a treat. Refreshed, energized, hungry, always hungry.
I would say sweaty, relieved, and proud.
Definitely. I mean, I teach history geography, so of course the themes of geography come through all the time with MUN, and I've seen the students be much more critical in their thinking, they're analytical, they think before they speak, so they really consider all issues when looking at a particular problem. And then for public speaking, of course, helps with their language, but that's one for you.
I've found that with a lot of my students that I've tapped to be admins as well as journalists and even delegates, it's helped create a stronger bond by getting to know them outside of the classroom, and then that is brought back into the classroom and they share what they do at Simon or other MUN conferences with the students, and it creates a less one-way dialogue and more of a shared dialogue in the classroom, which I think has been very beneficial. And of course, it also makes English relevant because everything we do here happens in English. And as an English teacher, I need all the help I can get to get these guys to put down their French language for a few days.
I have to add to that about the relationship. I think when you spend time with students outside of the classroom, working on projects, working on deadlines, sometimes, you know, long hours into the evening as well, you do develop a rapport that you can't get from the classroom. And I really find that very satisfying. So maybe that's my fourth word to add to how I'm feeling, is satisfied with that rapport that we build.
Well, I have a story that will always in my mind hopefully be the most stressful thing that ever happened to me in returning from a conference in The Hague, Netherlands. We were taking a train, a subway train to the airport, and unfortunately two of our delegates didn't have time to get off the train before the doors closed again, and took them all the way to Rotterdam while the rest of us were standing on the platform wondering what to do next. It all turned out fine in the end, but there were a few moments of sheer terror that I would never like to relive.
Well, I have to say this gentleman's done almost everything. So I have to say the positives are that I very much enjoy working with Mr. Dailey, and I enjoy, as I said, the rapport and the relationship with the student officers, the executive committee, the press corps, the admin. Negatives, having to prepare my lessons to cover for today and yesterday, I guess, and make sure that the rest of my job carries on smoothly. That adds to the workload, but hey, that's the choice you make, and I don't regret a minute of it.
Well, we have a special week dedicated to migration coming on later in the school year. And it's a school-wide initiative to talk about migration this year. So we wanted to join with the whole school. Since it was our 15th annual conference, and up until now we've never had a theme, we thought it would be good to really bring more people from our school into the loop on what we're doing here by tying it in with the school-wide theme of migration, as well as do something a bit different to mark the occasion. That's easy for me. Press corps. I don't see myself as being the diplomat or the politician. I love to be an observer and a reporter. So that would be an easy choice for me.
Well, I've just come from the Security Council where there's a threat of a veto from China. So watch this space, because we'll find out how that pans out. And I guess I'd love to be in a situation where I have to deal with that challenge and confronting those tricky moments, dealing with your delegates when something as major as a veto in Security Council can occur.
Thank you.